So when you think of Bitcoin, do you also think Texas? Probably not. Yet Dallas is hosting a major crypto super conference. This is a star-studded gathering with some really big names like Charlie Shrem, who's the founder of the Bitcoin Foundation and who did 2 years in prison for involvement in the Silk Road. He will be speaking, as well as Tim Draper, John McAfee, and James Altucher, to name a few. The organizer of the conference is Future Tech podcaster Richard Jacobs, and he's with us today to talk very slowly, we hope, about the implications of this gathering. Richard, welcome to KPFT News.
Hey, how you doing?
Good. How are you? So the names being
crazy over here.
Yeah, a little cold.
No, we just sold out on registrations today, and we have a waiting list of like 500 people. So we're actually looking at opening up a second venue.
Wow.
That's what I mean by crazy. Like, people are fiending. It's nuts.
Yeah, it's not. It seems to me like it sold out a couple of days ago.
We did, and then we asked the hotel if they could carve out any more space. They did get us some more space, and then we opened it up this morning, and it was swallowed up in seconds. And now, because there's so much demand, we're looking at a second venue about a half mile away.
Wow.
For overflow, because it's nuts.
So the names that are being added to this conference are pretty phenomenal. What's the significance of this gathering?
Well, I wanted to showcase what blockchain can do. So blockchain is a technology that underlies Bitcoin and Ethereum and all these other tokens. And a lot of people think, oh, Bitcoin, that's it. It's just a cryptocurrency. But there's a lot going on that people don't see. And I wanted to give people the opportunity to hear from the companies in the space that are working on these great projects and to see what blockchain can do. It can do a lot of different things that's going to influence our lives. So that's the whole overarching goal of the conference.
Absolutely. And, I think that we do have kind of perhaps a low-tech audience, or an audience that doesn't understand this altogether. And me, myself, I'm just learning this. I know that in other interviews, I've heard you speak about how the fact that you started your podcast sort of not knowing that much about blockchain, and you've used that podcast to learn more. So I decided to take this opportunity to quiz you on a couple of things that might be relatable to our audience. That I've, come across recently and that I'm fascinated by, but don't necessarily understand that well. So I was just going to ask you, how can blockchain change things in our environment, like, let's say, the healthcare industry?
Yeah, so there's a number of companies working on this. So right now, let's say, you've been going to doctors for the past 10 years. You've had minor things happen. Now, unfortunately, something else has happened. Maybe you need your gallbladder removed, and you're at a new doctor and you have to have surgery. Well, you got to get all your medical records. Right now, it's a nightmare. You got to call the old practices. They may have closed, they may have moved, et cetera. So blockchain is a way for people's medical records, for instance, to be aggregated all in one place and encrypted, and more importantly, kept under their control. So imagine if I had all my medical data from my entire life in a secure, encrypted database that is pretty much unbreakable, and I go to a new doctor, and the doctor says, we need your records. No problem. I can authorize the release of the records to this particular doctor. I control that process, and I know my data is secure. I can selectively share it. So that's what an example of what blockchain will do in plain speak.
And what about another issue really important to our listeners is net neutrality. And I know that there have been some new developments in sort of mesh networking. But how can blockchain help an issue like net neutrality, especially given the fact that you can't have internet without the internet?
That may be a little bit outside of what I could explain. I can give you a similar example. I can talk about storage of your data, and it's real important. I'll explain why. So right now, people's photos and videos and private documents and all that, they'll put them up on Apple iCloud or Amazon Web Services or Google. I don't know if people know, but the terms of service say that Amazon, Google, iCloud, they can use that data, they can repurpose it, they can make derivative works. It's not encrypted. It's been hacked. It's going to be hacked over and over and over. Mm-hmm. So there's a whole slew of companies. What they want to do is take your data, encrypt it, break it up into 100 pieces, store each piece on different computers throughout the world. Now, good luck on someone hacking it. And to do all this cheaper and faster than it's currently available right now. So again, giving power to the people, you could say, giving people control over their data and making it secure. So that's another use case that's coming, which I think is real important for people.
And it seems like there's a lot of problems that are out there that can be saved by the blockchain. And a lot of people are going to be looking forward to going to this conference and finding out what those applications are. But why did you choose Texas, of all places, to bring this major conference?
Well, I live in Austin. I chose Dallas, again, obviously not selfishly for people to come to me, but it's the center of the country. You can get a direct flight from anywhere. That's 3 hours or less. The weather is pretty good in February compared to New York or Chicago or any of that stuff. And it's right near the airport. So I did it for convenience. That's why. I wanted to get as many people as I could from all over the country and, if possible, all over the world. And I want to make it easy for them. That's the goal.
And you are getting people from all over the world, I imagine?
Yeah, we've gotten some from Europe and Japan and places like that. And, importantly, we've gotten people from all over the U.S. So it's not just Texas residents. We get tons of California and Florida and New York and, every state you can imagine. So it's working. And, I wanted to make this a great conference that, again, is convenient for people.
Yeah, definitely. You've definitely got some good names. What's going on with the 500 extra people? How's that going? And how can people find out more about it?
Yeah, we literally, probably 15 minutes ago, finished selling out the main event. So on the website, it's bitcoinsuperconference.com. You can register now. We have, some copy and text, and we tell you about the event. We call it the Super Conference Soft Fork. So this is like a technical term that people in the crypto world know about. It's when code divides. And anyway, it's a nerdy name.
It's a cute name.
I want to make it a good event too. So it's not just like Class B or a crappy event. So we're doing a live stream that's going to be simulcast at the Soft Fork event. People that are attending will have some of the original speakers from the main one and some unique new ones that we're getting. And they're going to get a copy of the recordings, the video, and all that for free.
Nice.
So with all those benefits, I'm trying to make it still a great event, satisfy people's desire, and make all this work.
All right. Thank you very much for being on, and we're going to look forward to a report about the conference after it's over, and we look forward to seeing you there.
Thanks. I appreciate it.
Thanks for coming on.